It is called the Tegu lizard. Take a close look. Maybe our other camera can give you one right now. It may be the latest unwanted animal visitor to start making a permanent home in our area. David Hitzig, familiar to all our viewers, Executive Director of the Bush Wildlife Sanctuary, joining me live. Tell me a little bit about the Tegu. Where does it hail from? How long has it been in Florida? And what are your concerns?
This one comes from Argentina, and one of the things that we've seen is
let's get another close-up of it.
So many of these animals have now been introduced into the environment, and what's happening is that these animals are now taking up not only the living space from the native species, but they're actually eating native species of animals as well.
I want to talk about what they're eating. We heard about the story in Tampa. How much are we seeing them in the Palm Beaches or Treasure Coast? How quickly do they spread? And exactly what are they eating and destroying in terms of the natural habitat here?
Well, because they primarily are predators, so they'll eat any small animal. So any of our native species can fall prey to this.
Give me a few examples.
Almost anything. I mean, anything from birds. These guys will eat nests, so they potentially could eat turtle eggs. They could eat alligator eggs, anything like that. Bird eggs, anything that would be nesting on the ground, and any type of small animal that they can find. So they could eat baby birds. They could eat small mammals.
And how did they get into our ecosystem? Is it the same old story? Somebody gets them as a pet from Argentina, decides they don't want them, release them into the wild, and here they are in Florida.
A lot of times when people buy these, they buy them very, very small.
Babies.
And then once they get to be this size, this one happens to be really, really calm. Not all of them have the same personality. And an animal that bites you that's like this, it's gonna leave a hurting on you. So
what is your best recommendation if people spot one of these in the wild, and are they here to stay and we're just gonna have to deal with it as we do the python and many other invasive species, the iguana?
We're definitely going to have to deal with it. It's going to be an ongoing management problem. The issue that you have is if somebody does find something like this, not all of them are going to sit there and say, okay, yeah, pick me up and take me out of the environment. Most of them are going to run away, and that's going to make their capture very, very difficult.
And the concern is that they'll rapidly spread, as so many other invasive species have.
Absolutely. We're going to see them, popping up in certain areas. We see a lot of them down in Dade County, but oddly enough, we've also seen them just to the north of us over on the West Coast. Temperature, climate, everything else is ideal for them, and they seem to be thriving.
If you see one, what do you do? Call?
Definitely, need to report it. If one can be contained, don't re-release it back out to the wild. You can either bring it to the Bush Wildlife Sanctuary, contact the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, and let's get these animals out of the environment so that they're not causing any more damage.
As we said, another animal visitor we didn't count on, but here to deal with now. Thanks as always for your expertise.
Always a pleasure.
And Fred, I understand is his name, Kelly.